Deep in the heart of South America lies a world unlike any other, a world that breathes, roars, and whispers ancient secrets. A place so vast that it creates its own weather and hides mysteries older than humanity itself. This is the Amazon rainforest, the green giant of our planet. A living, breathing universe of creatures and colors we've only begun to understand. From trees that walk, to rivers that glow in the dark, to tribes who speak languages never heard beyond the jungle walls, this is the heartbeat of Earth itself. But beneath that emerald ocean of life lie secrets so unbelievable. Scientists are still trying to explain them. What lies beneath the roots, inside the mist, and beyond the calls of unseen creatures, might just change the way we see our planet forever. Stay with us, because tonight we're peeling back the vines of mystery, diving into the hidden world that keeps our planet alive. Globe showing Americas, and hey, before we step deeper into this wild adventure, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to join this incredible journey of nature, wonder, and the unknown. Snakes, sparkles. Now let's break the silence of the jungle and begin uncovering the walls of mystery that guard the Amazon's greatest secrets. Behind this endless wall of green lies one of the most astonishing powers of nature, a power so grand it bends the laws of the sky itself. The Amazon rainforest, it doesn't just live under the weather, it creates it. Yes, you heard that right. This jungle, the green giant of our planet, literally makes its own rain. Cloud, imagine standing under a cathedral of trees so tall, their branches disappear into the clouds. Every single leaf, from the smallest fern to the tallest kapok tree, works like a living engine. When the morning sun strikes, millions of leaves begin to exhale. Tiny droplets of water rise from their pores, drifting upward like invisible smoke. This breath of the forest forms mist, and that mist becomes clouds. It's nature's most powerful magic trick. The Amazon breathes moisture into the air, billions of tons of it every single day. It's a cycle so massive, it can be seen from space. Scientists call it evapotranspiration, the jungle's way of sending water vapor skyward. Those rising vapors gather, cool, and fall again as rain, feeding the very roots that sent them upward. The forest rains upon itself, a self-sustaining miracle of balance, an ecosystem that doesn't just depend on the weather, but is the weather. But that's not all. The Amazon's weather-making powers stretch far beyond its green borders. The clouds it creates drift across continents. Winds carry them thousands of miles away, spreading rainfall to the Andes, the Caribbean, even the southern tip of Africa. It's as if the Amazon breathes for half the world. Globe showing America's satellite imagery shows this atmospheric river, an invisible current of moisture flowing high above the forest canopy. Scientists call it the flying river. It's not made of water you can see, but it carries more flow than the mighty Amazon River itself. A river in the sky, steering storms, feeding lands, keeping life alive far beyond the jungle's edge. And yet, for all its power, this miracle of weather is fragile. The balance hangs by a thread, one that humanity is pulling tighter every day. When trees fall to chainsaws, the jungle loses more than its beauty. It loses its voice in the sky. Fewer trees mean fewer breaths of vapor, fewer clouds, and eventually, fewer rains. Parts of the forest are already drying, shrinking, changing into something else, grasslands where rain no longer falls. If too much of the Amazon disappears, the flying river could vanish with it, taking with it the rains that feed crops, rivers, and life itself across South America. It's a haunting truth. Destroy enough trees, and the jungle may stop creating rain altogether. But amid the chaos, the Amazon continues to fight. It breathes, sweats, and sings with the rhythm of life, a natural heart pumping moisture through the atmosphere, refusing to stop. Even in its silence, the forest speaks, a reminder that nature's greatest forces don't roar like thunder. They whisper through leaves, rising softly toward the sky. So the next time you feel a drop of rain touch your skin, remember, it may have begun its journey in the lungs of the earth. A single droplet born from the breath of the Amazon rainforest, the jungle that makes its own weather. Deep within the dense green labyrinth of the Amazon, there is a river unlike any other on earth, a river that defies science, challenges logic, and burns with the breath of the planet itself. Locals call it Shane Tempishka, boiled with the heat of the sun, but the sun isn't the reason this river steams and bubbles. Its heat comes from the very heart of the earth. Hidden beneath a canopy so thick it swallows sunlight, this mystical river winds through the Peruvian jungle, shrouded in mist and myth. The air above it shimmers, hot and heavy, as steam rises like ghosts dancing in the trees. Birds that mistake the river for any ordinary stream are doomed. The moment their feathers touch the surface, they are swallowed by the boiling current, the water so hot it can cook life in seconds. For centuries, the people of the forest believed the river was sacred, guarded by powerful spirits. Shamans told stories of the serpent mother of waters, who sent this river to remind humans that nature's power could both give and take life. When modern explorers first heard whispers of a boiling river, they thought it was only a legend until one scientist, Andres Russo, decided to follow the rumor deep into the jungle. What he found was beyond belief. There it was, a steaming, roaring serpent of water stretching for miles. Russo measured the temperature, 200 degrees Fahrenheit, sometimes even higher, hot enough to cook anything that dared to fall in. Fish, leaves, even small animals, all lifeless within moments. Yet, against all odds, life still existed along its banks. Microorganisms, invisible to the naked eye, had adapted to survive in this extreme heat. They thrive in the impossible, whispering to science that life's resilience knows no bounds. But how does such a river exist here, hundreds of miles from any volcano? That was the mystery that baffled geologists. The Amazon basin is no volcanic zone. There are no molten chambers beneath it. So where does the heat come from? The answer lies deep underground. The river runs above a rare geothermal fault, cracks in the Earth's crust that allow superheated water from the planet's core to surge upward. When rainwater seeps deep into the Earth, it meets this hidden heat, becomes steam, and rushes back up through the fault lines, emerging as boiling springs that feed the river. Nature's own underground cauldron, standing on its banks, feels surreal. The jungle hums, but here the sound changes. You can hear the hiss of steam, the crackle of water meeting earth, the whisper of energy that has traveled thousands of miles from below the surface. The mist wraps around you like a living presence, thick and humid, almost breathing. Yet, despite its deadly heat, the boiling river remains one of the Amazon's most fragile wonders. Its ecosystem is small and delicate, and any disturbance, deforestation, pollution, or greed could destroy it forever. Scientists fear that even slight changes to the rainforest's balance might silence this river's song. Still, the boiling river continues to flow, timeless, untamed, alive. It's a reminder that the earth we walk on is not still. Beneath every tree, under every drop of rain, the planet's heart still beats, hot, restless, and full of fire. Here, in the middle of the green ocean, the Amazon opens a window into its deepest secret, the power that burns silently below. And as steam rises into the forest canopy, it carries a message that even the calmest places on Earth can hide unimaginable fury beneath their surface. The boiling river is not just water. It's a pulse, the living breath of a planet that's still very much awake. Imagine walking deep into the heart of the Amazon, where the light fades and the world grows silent. You stop, surrounded by towering trees that seem older than time itself. The air feels alive, not empty, not still, but humming with something unseen. And then you realize that the jungle is speaking, not with sound, not with words, but in a secret language carried beneath your feet. Scientists once believed trees were solitary beings, silent giants competing for sunlight and soil. But the Amazon tells a different story. Beneath this green cathedral lies an underground world as vast and complex as any city, a living web of roots, fungi, and unseen connections. They call it the Wood Wide Web. Every tree, every plant, every blade of grass is plugged into this hidden network. A single thread of fungus can link one tree to another, forming a vast underground communication system. Through this network, the forest shares water, nutrients, and even information. When one tree is attacked by insects, it sends chemical warnings through the roots. Nearby trees receive the signal and begin producing toxins to defend themselves before the attackers even arrive. It's as if the jungle whispers warnings from one soul to another, a living symphony of cooperation, survival, and secret knowledge. In the Amazon, this connection is so intricate that the death of one giant can send shockwaves through miles of soil. A fallen tree doesn't vanish, it becomes food for the network. A final message written in decay, fueling the next generation. Even in death, the trees continue to speak. Some scientists say these underground signals are the forest's version of thought, slow, silent, but deliberate. They share carbon with weaker trees, feeding their young, nursing the sick. Old mother trees, massive, ancient giants, are the memory keepers of the forest. Their roots reach out like veins of wisdom, storing information about droughts, floods, and seasons past. They decide which seedlings live and which don't, shaping the very future of the jungle. But this story of connection goes beyond science. The indigenous tribes who call the Amazon home have always known the trees could speak. They listen to the rustle of leaves, the creak of branches, the rhythm of the wind. To them, the forest isn't a collection of plants, it's a living consciousness, a single breathing entity with thoughts, moods, and songs. Shamans speak of dreams carried by the trees, of voices that guide hunters, healers, and wanderers through the endless green maze. And perhaps science is only now beginning to understand what they have always known. In recent studies, researchers have recorded subtle clicks and pulses emitted by tree roots underground, faint electrical signals traveling through the fungal web. It's not language as we know it, but it's communication, a rhythm, a pattern, an ancient code written by nature herself. Each tree, each plant, part of a whispering network that has existed for millions of years, long before humans ever took their first breath. When you stand in the middle of the Amazon, surrounded by that emerald silence, it's easy to feel small. But if you listen closely, truly listen, you'll sense it. The faint vibration underfoot, the murmur in the wind, the harmony that never stops. The jungle isn't quiet, it's alive with conversation, messages of warning, care, and balance flowing endlessly through roots and soil. Every breath of wind carries a story, every leaf a signal, every tree a voice. Together they form a choir so vast it spans continents, an orchestra without instruments, yet perfectly in tune. The forest doesn't just grow, it speaks, and in its whispers we find a message humanity has forgotten, that everything living is connected, and the earth itself is trying to tell us so. Somewhere, in the endless emerald of the Amazon, beneath leaves that have never felt human hands, a new creature takes its first breath, unseen, unnamed, unrecorded. Every other day, somewhere in this living labyrinth, science adds a new name to Earth's book of life. And yet, for every species discovered, there may be hundreds still waiting, hidden beneath moss, inside the mist, or under the quiet surface of the river. The Amazon rainforest is a miracle of creation, a world so vast and unexplored that even satellites can't map its secrets. It stretches across 9 countries, holds more than 10% of all known species, and still, it refuses to be fully known. Biologists call it the planet's greatest library, one where each tree holds a story, and each leaf hides a new chapter still unread. New frogs with translucent skin, spiders that dance like peacocks, flowers that bloom only under moonlight, fish that glow in darkness. It sounds like fiction, but here, it's daily reality. The Amazon reveals new species every 48 hours. Scientists hike for weeks, wading through rivers that sting and vines that cut, only to stumble upon something no one on Earth has ever seen before. In one corner of the jungle, a tiny monkey no larger than a hand was found leaping from branch to branch, its calls echoing like laughter. In another, a butterfly with wings that shimmer like polished glass, and deep in the muddy waters, an eel that can generate electric shocks strong enough to light a small village. These aren't myths, they are living proof that the world is far from discovered. Every time explorers return with samples, the microscopes back in the lab reveal surprises: new bacteria, new fungi, new insects, each one adding another line to nature's endless story. And yet, the most incredible thought is this: what if we've seen only 1% of what exists? Some scientists believe millions of species may still be out there, waiting for light, waiting for a name. But the jungle is running out of time. With each tree that falls, with every acre burned, the unknown dies silently. Species vanish before we even realize they were here. A butterfly disappears before it earns a name. A flower goes extinct before anyone photographs its bloom. In every puff of smoke rising from deforestation, an entire universe of DNA vanishes forever. Still, life fights back. The forest continues to create, adapt, evolve. New species appear in places once thought barren. Some plants grow back stronger after fire. Some creatures evolve faster, shifting color, sound, and pattern, as if the jungle itself refuses to be silenced. It's not just survival, it's rebirth written in green. To walk through the Amazon is to walk through time to see evolution unfolding before your eyes. Every insect crawling on bark, every frog hiding in the rain, every vine climbing toward light, they all represent experiments millions of years in the making. Nature is still sculpting, still inventing, still dreaming, and maybe that's the most extraordinary secret of all, that creation isn't finished. The world is still being written, line by line, heartbeat by heartbeat, beneath the green roof of the Amazon. So, when we speak of unknown species, we aren't just talking about creatures, we're talking about possibilities. About the mysteries of life that remind us how little we truly know. Somewhere out there, a new sound, a new color, a new heartbeat is waiting to be found. And perhaps, at this very moment, as you listen, the jungle is giving birth to another wonder, another whisper of life, hidden beneath the breath of the green giant. Far beyond the reach of roads, signal, or civilization, where the jungle thickens into shadow and silence, there are people who live as if time itself forgot to move forward. Hidden within the Amazon's endless green lies one of humanity's last great mysteries, the uncontacted tribes. The guardians of ancient memory, the voices that still speak the first languages of the earth, they are known by many names, though most have none. Some have never seen the outside world, others have only glimpsed it, a distant airplane slicing through the sky, a reflection in the river, a sound that doesn't belong to the forest. To them, the world beyond the trees is myth, something whispered in the crackle of firelight. These tribes are not lost, they are chosen. They have chosen to remain untouched by modern civilization, to live by the rhythm of the forest that has sustained them for thousands of years. The jungle provides everything: food, medicine, shelter, spirit. Every leaf has meaning, every sound carries a story. They read the forest the way we read a map. Every rustle tells them who passed, every bird call, what the weather will bring. Their homes are built from the forest's breath, palm leaves woven into roofs, vines twisted into walls. Their art is written on their skin, painted in clay and buried dyes that mark identity, tribe, and spirit. Their ceremonies rise like music through the trees, echoing in the night, chants that tell of creation, ancestors, and the living bond between human and nature. They know plants that can cure diseases our science still struggles to understand. Their shamans speak to the spirits of trees, rivers, and animals, seeing no boundary between body and earth. To them, the jungle is not a resource. It is family alive, sacred, eternal, but their world is shrinking. With every fallen tree, the invisible walls that protect them weaken. Deforestation, mining, illegal logging, all push closer to the heart of their land. Diseases brought unknowingly by outsiders can destroy entire communities in days. Modern greed, disguised as progress, reaches for the places these people call home. And yet, they stand resilient, silent defenders of a world most of us will never see. From the air, satellites have captured glimpses of them, small groups moving through clearings, fires burning in hidden camps, spears pointed skyward in warning. To us, these are images; to them, it is invasion. A reminder that the world's hunger for more never ends. Still, they endure. Their stories, passed through generations, hold the wisdom of coexistence, how to live with the earth, not above it. How to take only what you need and give back twice what you take. They are the living proof that humanity once walked gently, without scarring the planet beneath its feet. Anthropologists call them uncontacted. But maybe the truth is deeper. It is we who are disconnected. We who forgot how to listen to the wind, how to respect silence, how to see the divine in the ordinary. When the rains fall on the canopy and thunder rolls through the valley, these tribes still dance, still sing to the spirits of the forest, still thank the earth for her gifts. They carry the oldest song ever sung, the song of balance, so deep within the Amazon, beyond the maps and beyond time itself, the last keepers of the earth still whisper to the green giant. They remind us that the jungle's greatest treasure isn't gold or oil, it's knowledge, a way of life written in harmony, not hunger. And as long as one of their fires still burns beneath the trees, a part of humanity remains pure, untouched, unbroken, eternal. Beneath the endless canopy of green, beneath the calls of distant birds and the hum of unseen life, there lies a force so powerful that it keeps our entire planet alive. It cannot be bottled, bought, or built. It is the breath of the Amazon itself, the jungle's hidden power. Every leaf, every tree, every blade of moss plays a role in an ancient system older than civilization. When the sun rises and touches the rainforest, billions of leaves awaken, inhaling carbon dioxide, exhaling oxygen. It's a silent, rhythmic heartbeat, one that pulses through every corner of the earth. Nearly 1/5 of the oxygen you're breathing right now was created here, in this living cathedral of life. But the power of the Amazon is not only in the air, it's in the water, the soil, and the unseen symphony that connects them all. The rainforest is the planet's largest natural factory, recycling moisture, purifying air, storing carbon, and regulating the planet's climate. It is, quite literally, Earth's lungs and its heart beating in one. When it rains in the Amazon, it's not just water falling from clouds, it's life returning home. The rain that falls today may rise again tomorrow through the leaves of 1,000 trees, travel across the sky, and fall as snow in the Andes. It's a cycle so vast, so delicate, that even a single disruption can ripple across continents. Deep within the soil, beneath layers of roots and fungi, the jungle holds another secret, one of memory. The Amazon's floor stores carbon captured over centuries, locking it away, keeping the planet cool. But when trees are burned, that carbon escapes, returning to the air as poison. The forest's breath turns into a cry. The balance shifts, and the world begins to feel the fever of its loss. This hidden power, this invisible web of life, is what keeps our climate stable. The Amazon regulates temperature, draws clouds across oceans, and commands the flow of rivers. It's not just a forest, it's a planetary machine designed by evolution, by time, by the Earth itself. And yet, the most extraordinary truth is that the Amazon doesn't ask for anything in return. It gives endlessly air to breathe, water to drink, medicines to heal, beauty to remind us what life can be. From its trees we find cures, from its soil, secrets of regeneration. The jungle could exist without us, but we cannot exist without it. Still, humanity forgets every minute thousands of trees fall, every hour acres vanish into smoke. And with every lost tree, the earth loses a heartbeat. The jungle's voice grows quieter, its song fading under the noise of machines. But listen closely, it's still there. The heartbeat hasn't stopped. It's only struggling to be heard. The power of the Amazon is more than physical, it's spiritual. It teaches balance, humility, respect. It shows us that true strength lies not in domination, but in harmony. That survival depends not on taking more, but on giving back. The jungle's hidden power is not just oxygen or rain, it's wisdom. The wisdom to live connected, to breathe with the earth instead of against it. And so, as the mist rises above the trees and the final light of day touches the river's skin, remember this, the Amazon is not far away. It's in every breath you take, in every drop that falls, in every heartbeat that echoes within you. Protect it, not as a place, but as a part of yourself, because if the jungle stops breathing, so will we. Herbs, Barkles, so before you go, if this journey through the heart of the green giant moved you, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Together, we can keep these stories alive, one voice, one forest, one breath at a time.